Welcome back to Dungeon Juking of the Monster.
You want to try that intro again, Ives?
Welcome back to Where Are My Pants? Dungeon Edition.
Where are your pants?
I remember, what was the first game that you guys remember playing where you look down and you could see your legs?
Oh, jeez.
I've got feet! And then you like stand there for like 4 or 5 minutes just looking at your feet move like an idiot.
I don't know. The only one I can just offhand tell you is like...
There was a guy there.
Halo?
Yep. Could you see your feet in Halo?
I
don't even remember.
Well, maybe?
I think you're right.
I feel like it was a first-person shooter if it was any game.
It would have to be.
Yeah.
You could look down and see your feet.
Well,
Wait, you see, look down and see your feet.
Yeah, but there was like mist and stuff.
He's eating the door.
He's Oh no!
And the door disappeared.
The mist broke the door.
He looks in here, he sees the dead guy like leaning over the barrel. He's like, I guess
my business is done here.
I don't know. Duke Nukem, could you see your feet? I know you could like stomp on
kick,
stuff,
yeah,
but like I don't think
you don't
actually
see your
saw
feet walking around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you're right. I think maybe Half-Life 2?
Probably Half-Life.
Or maybe even Half-Life. Maybe the first one.
I don't recall seeing your feet in Half-Life 2 or Half-Life.
I don't remember. That's the thing, and it's been so long since I played that game.
Mm.
I don't know. The only one I can think of where I definitely noticed somehow would be Halo.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably Halo.
When did the first Halo come out? It was like
2009,
2000?
Was it 2000? No, it was
like... Yeah, it was like 2001, 2002.
Okay.
I have to look it up.
Fortunately, it's one of those things that falls like, was my mom around for that? Like,
oh yeah,
and it was no, so it's after 2001, so it's either 2001, 2002.
Okay.
I would think.
My concept of like
yeah, you're right.
time and
Spot on.
timelines has totally been blown. After the 2000s, like everything just became.
Well, I mean, for most people, it's like pre-high school and post-high school,
Yeah.
I guess.
or pre-college, post-college, or.
I think after like once 2010, because I'm like 2013, like that was not that long. Like after 2010, it was just like for me, like time just this like
all the years blur together.
I was like 2010 was a decade ago, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Okay.
Now you can pick it.
Now I can Soviet Union this bitch.
Our room, comrade.
Our computer, says my wife.
Neener, neener, neener.
Dude.
Oh, you should see if you can come through that.
Dude.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
God forbid it's something interesting happened.
What, the juking of the fucking monster for the last 10 minutes wasn't good enough
but
for
that
you?
was
The
like
monster
10
was
minutes ago.
interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, this place is
We're in
gross.
Toilet Land.
Oh, is this one of these fucking Zelda water temple
Temples,
shits?
yeah.
Always fuck the water temple.
Watch out for the clam.
Doesn't matter which game it is, the water temple's garbage.
You know what I want to do? Just like play all the worst levels in Sonic. It would just all be the water ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
all of Sonic 06.
Well, depending on when this episode comes out, Sega's actually having a sale on all like their classic
Oh,
games.
not
so.
again.
I'm good.
I think I've bought enough of them for a lifetime.
Can you think of a really enjoyable Sonic game that's not a side-scroller that you would...
A Sonic
Go
game
back
that's
to
not
and-
a Sonic game?
Yes.
Spinball?
I
I don't think it was good. I
would
really
play it
like
again. I enjoyed my time with it.
but-
I wouldn't say it was good, but that was back at those games came out at a time where you didn't have many options or money. You know, that was yours to spend freely, because childhood.
You know, I never played the Sonic Adventure games, though. Right before
I'm sure AJ would rave about them.
before COVID, I
Oh, they
actually,
were
I
good.
did play it. I bought a Dreamcast, and I also bought a Saturn just because I like obscure-ish, weird hardware. But I played some of the adventure game, and it's, I don't know, it falls into that category of like trying to figure out the 3D game for a game that traditionally wasn't.
Like it was still in its
It's
infancy,
the Mario
and they were
60,
trying to.
it's a lesser successful Mario 64 for that franchise. You know what I
Like,
mean?
do you feel like it was a 3D game that was like trying to figure out 3D?
Yeah,
get its
like it
legs
was
in
just
the
like,
water?
how do we translate the side-scrolling go fast shit into this like 3D stuff?
Yeah.
And it's okay. It was probably like, wow, this is cool for the time, but like they never figured that shit out correctly.
But to this
Like,
day, they haven't.
no,
figured
no,
it-
they haven't.
I heard a rumor that they're bringing, I don't know if it's a Mario 64 reboot or sequel or something similar to the Switch.
Oh, they did.
The
There-
35th
there's a-
anniversary?
There's a 3D All Stars. I'm
Yeah.
playing it right now.
How
and
is it?
That it's infuriating and interesting at the same time because like once again it was like that's the game that kind of figured out like it set the trend of like this is what like a third-person 3D game.
It was
is,
like the
platformer.
first really commercially acceptable,
Yeah, it's just
successful.
like the camera system. It was just like, oh, we'll have like some
A
camera
brick.
presets. Like it wasn't like a free roaming camera, which I wish that game was like a remaster or they just included that stick to be like controlled like a real camera instead of this like Lakitu brother bullshit. Because you never, even no matter how many times you hit the fucking C buttons or whatever, you never get the camera angle you fucking need to do whatever precarious bullshit.
Right.
Like
Is it Lakitu?
Lakitu,
Lakito?
Lakitu.
The cameraman?
Lakitu.
Lactose?
This wackadoo.
Kaido?
This wackadoo!
But, yeah.
Is Bowser a kaiju? No, right?
I don't think so.
He's just
Isn't
a
there
big, mean turtle.
height requirement?
I think there's a height requirement. Like, you have to be able to
But, like,
easily
he
crush a
does go
building.
super big. Does that make him a kaiju?
Like Giga Bowser?
Yeah.
I don't think Giga Bowser's even big enough.
How many different iterations of Bowser have there been over the years?
All of them. Nailed it.
Also,
And have you ever jerked off to Bowsette?
Yeah, obviously.
Totally.
do you... Okay, I
Okay.
I need to look this
no,
up.
no, don't gloss over that. This is important questions.
I need to look this up because I forgot to previously, but do you remember the original name of the game that ended up being Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES?
Doki
Doki Panic.
Doki Doki Panic, okay.
Obviously. And yes,
I
I
actually
think
played some of
Boo is
that
better
today.
than
Mario
Bowser.
2.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
I actually played Mario 2 a little bit today. It held Olivia's attention for... Actually, I played... I fired up Mario 1 to see if she'd, like, pay attention for a bit, and she did, and then she did her own thing, which
Right.
is even better. But,
She's
I did
learning
that
how
game
to
in,
juggle
like-
chainsaws.
like 25 minutes, not even 25 minutes, like 20 minutes. I mean, I did all the warps and stuff, but, like...
It's
I was
amazing how much you remember at the moment.
You know what I didn't remember? Like... the-
What
like,
the fuck are you doing?
I think I need to get up to the ladder, but I don't recall how that happens.
Throw a rock at it. I'm sorry, Jeff. Mario 1, 20 minutes.
No, I was just... You forget...
Oh, okay.
Like, all, like, the secrets and stuff, it's weird what you remember, because, like... I don't know, I don't even think as a kid I had the patience to beat that game.
No, I definitely didn't
There
too. Especially
if
when
you
you get to the end and you
keep
don't
pulling
realize that the level just keeps repeating.
Yeah, like, it's like the maze, and, like, you
Yeah.
have to, like,
There
go
we go.
through
There you go.
whatever pattern.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm
I
learning.
actually, I saved the...
I'm a neural net
I
processor.
saved the video from it, but I finished the last castle with 1 second to spare.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, oh god, I have to save it because I didn't figure out the like pattern like in time and took the time for granted.
Yeah, as a kid, I never
Yeah.
had the patience to learn any. Like, there's a pattern? What?
And like I remember like jumping, I had to rewind a few times because I was like, I have to find the optimal path because like it was just like you have one dash like. Oh man.
How did we find this?
Those time limits back then were pretty brutal, too.
Dude,
It's like, what, you had 3 minutes?
have you ever played Solomon's Key? There was a game
I
called
don't
Solomon's
remember.
Key. It's kind of like a puzzle game. Yeah,
Is that the
like
one where you
action
push
puzzle.
blocks around?
Well, you don't push them around. You either create blocks or you get rid of them. But there are some
Yeah,
blocks you can
yeah.
do and can't.
I think I remember that.
Not only is that like a puzzle game, like puzzle action or whatever it is, like, and there's a time limit, and it's just like it's so brutal.
Brutal.
I don't know what your guys' opinion of is, but like, apart from escort missions, which are obviously bullshit, like tedious.
Like picking up hookers or
Yeah, that.
helping people to a location?
Both.
Like the president's daughter in RE4, which makes me not want to
Hey,
ever
the
replay
worst-
that game.
Actually, it's
everything.
great.
The worst escort missions, though, were the ones where... Because there was two types of escort missions, right? There was the ones with NPCs that would just, like, wander along. You just have to follow them, like, to wherever their destination is, and there wasn't actually, like, any threat. It was
So
just
they had to get you
long
to
and-
the next quest
No,
option.
following them is different than them
Then-
following you.
Yeah, but not only that, within that archetype, there was also the type where the NPC could actually take damage.
Yeah, yeah,
So you had
yeah.
to protect them the whole time,
Yeah.
which was fucking annoying as shit.
See Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that shit makes me not want to, like... I didn't get through Dead Rising because I was just so fucking infuriated with that sort of shit.
I'm a photographer. I've covered wars, you know. That was that whole game. Just that line over and
game,
over
and
again.
also, like, the timer in that game, like, the in-game timer just gave me such fucking agita. Like, I can't... I wanted to... It was like... What is it? A Dawn of the Dead
Dawn
kind
of
of
the Dead.
simulator?
Yeah.
I didn't want a time limit, fucker. Like,
Yeah.
let me, like...
It did this. I think you had like 3 or 4 days to do everything, but if you put that game down for 2 or 3 days in real life and then came back to it, you good luck figuring out where you left off.
Yeah, it was just like...
Where
one of
what
those
items
things-
you had left, wherever, what upgrades you
I
got,
wish they didn't make it
who
like,
was
you
next
need to
in
do
your
shit.
save cycle, whatever it was.
I wish they didn't make it so, like, you had to do shit. Because it's like, okay, like, no, I wanted to be like, what stores can I go to? What can I use as a weapon? How, like, you know...
Yeah.
And they totally just...
Do I have time to go pick up the items that I want to
Yeah.
play the game with?
Yeah, I feel like that creates artificial tension that's not a fun aspect to a game.
Yeah.
Like,
No, like, they're... Listen, if you had to rely on a timer for that game to make it, like, challenging or fun, like, you
Yeah.
fucked up. Like, I'm sorry. Like... When I do play that game, I'm like, I put it down because I'm like, all I want to do is, like, get the Mega Blaster and just, like...
Yeah, and just mow down zombies. Like, I'll just go out in the courtyard area or find a car in the basement and just de-stress for a while.
all I want to do is a zoom, and boom, boom.
Oh, you know what game we should play on this
Do you want to
fucking
zig-a-zig
channel?
Yes.
We should play Metal Gear Rising on this fucking channel.
No, are you sure
my
you want to go
God.
through that?
Oh my god. It is... it's just so much.
Yeah, that game is just 100% cringe, right?
No.
What?
Oh my god, it is so good.
Oh no.
But yes,
What number
it
game
just,
was that
it
in the series?
Oh, it doesn't count as a solid
okay.
game, but it's a Platinum Games made it, right?
I don't
Platinum?
remember, but
No,
it's
the-
like that's
the-
like a fan service
the-
kind of game. Like,
the
look at this
Bayonetta
cool
people.
ninja.
The Bayonetta people made it. It's totally different than a Metal Gear game, but like it just leans so fucking hard into itself that it's just wonderful. And
It's
the
like overly tongue in
and the
cheek.
fucking final boss
Right?
is just it gets really hard, but like that final boss is just Jesus Christ.
You have to fight God?
Yeah, worse, a senator.
I loved at the end of fuck, what is the Lolly Lilo Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah. That game that's why? That game was such a meta narrative, and then he decided, nah, let's make a sequel to it and treat it like it was a real thing.
Yeah.
Man, I loved that fucking... I remember I bought the PlayStation from you when you got your PS2 because I wasn't playing video games up to that point.
Oh yeah.
Playing Metal Gear Solid, loving Metal Gear Solid, and then, I don't know, a couple months later, I got a PS2 and I bought Sons of Liberty used, and it was like, 60 frames, and I was like, it was like going instantly from like one generation to like the PlayStation 2. I was like, what the fuck?
It was a big jump at
I
that
was
time.
like, what happened? Like, I bought that PlayStation, I was like, oh, okay, we got a couple triangle polygon things here. And then it was like Sons of Liberty. I was like, this is so smooth. What the hell is happening?
What was the gap in time between the original PS1 and PS2? I feel like it was a long
6 years? 5 years?
period,
7 years?
yeah.
All right, place your bets, kids. I'm going to the internet.
I'm going to say 7 years.
'Cause I
Although I'm
remember-
going to kick myself and say I wish it was 6.
I remember going to the Sony building in New York City, and they had like a display demo for PS1s. Like, it had like 6 or 7 of them in the lobby that you could check out, and Crash Bandicoot was like the only
swear
game
like
you could play.
PS1 came out in like 94.
Yeah, I think
PS1
you're right.
was 1994,
I went
which
to
means the PS2 came out.
2000.
2000.
Yeah, nice. Both of you, excellent. Good job.
6 years. I should
Well,
have
I knew
said
the
6 years.
PS2 because I worked at Blockbuster when that game or that system came out. and that's how I got mine super
Man,
cheap.
at the
That
time,
was
I
a
What was the
6-year
re-
difference.
What was the original retail price of it? Do you know?
Oh, probably $200. Let me look it up.
$2.99. Because wasn't that the
I'm
thing?
gonna bet $1.
No, that wasn't. That was the Saturn versus the PlayStation.
Okay.
Because didn't Sega's like Saturn come out like an ungodly price, and then all like Sony's E3 thing was just the owner or whatever, I forget who it was, walked up to the podium and just said $2.99 and then left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
That's
was.
all he had to do.
When I searched that was the video that came up. Because that's exactly what they should be doing today. Stop jerking us off for 4 days during a fucking event.
Like, you know, I Jesus, like, I want to kick Microsoft in their fucking dumb, stupid heads. Like, okay, so we have the Xbox.
What did they do now?
Xbox. Okay, Xbox
the naming
360.
scheme. Yep.
Okay, the Xbox the Xbox
370.
not 370. What was it? The Xbox.
Xbox Series X?
Yes, you know, it's Xbox One X, like the Xbox fucking Slim.
Well,
and now it's the
Xbox
Series X.
360, Xbox 360 Elite.
Yeah, but like how many?
Xbox 360 Pro.
Basically, what it boils down to is how many kids are gonna get an Xbox One X?
Yeah, many.
For Christmas instead of the Series X, which they want.
One of my coworkers
Triple X.
And now there's
has
like
told
a
me that
premium console,
every time his kids have gotten a game console, it was from the grandparents. The grandparents always got them a game console, and they've so far screwed up twice. So of course that's going to happen again.
Yeah.
got a Nintendo at home.
My kid's going to grow up with lawn darts.
And
You know what's funny is that Nintendo sounds like the words ni and entiendo in Spanish, which means I don't even understand. So my grandfather would mock me all the time, like, "Oh, you don't understand anything."
it's like the Chevy.
No, I don't! It's an Italian plumber who eats mushrooms, and he's fighting turtles! None of this makes sense!
It's like the Chevy Nova in Spanish markets would mean the Chevy No-Go.
Yeah. That's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, you're right.
Nova. It's not a stretch.
I wonder how many other ad campaigns are like that, but for other languages that we're not aware of, that like just are like really horrible terms when they're translated.
Oh,
Well,
there's tons. That's like there's a whole industry that's like
Localization.
yeah.
Yeah.
Words good. I do the words good.
Is there a game that you like, but like one, like going back to the whole like escort mission shit? Like, is there one game like you really like, but like you don't want to play it again because you just can't fucking do it?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4? You actually played Fallout 4?
Yeah, I played it all the way through, and I thought about restarting it, but I was like, I can't commit time to this. That, you know.
What was
it
the bad
requires.
part of Fallout 4?
All of it.
All of it? Well, I mean, like,
I mean, it was a
like,
good
one,
game.
like, otherwise a good game, but like one shitty fucking part in it that just kind of like brings it down.
Every time you were to explore an indoor environment of a building that had a million fucking rooms and a million fucking enemies and like all this garbage you had to sort through to find like
A note.
actual items and things.
It was
progress.
always like a key or a note that you had to find.
Yeah.
But Fallout 4, like of all the things you're going to complain about in Fallout 4, like the NPCs is like bottom of the barrel stuff.
Yeah. But I'm in terms of like the amount of time it took to do every fucking task in that game, it was like, all right, I need this thing, and it's 1,000 miles across the map, and you've not been there before, so you can't fast travel, and you have to do it on foot, and there's a million enemies between here and there, and some of them, if you don't take this specific path, are 100 levels above you and will one-shot you as soon as you
would
poke your head out.
You would love Dead Rising. Not Dead Rising. Death Stranding. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with Death Stranding, but
I love that game so much.
Death Stranding is the perfect combination of like I really want to get invested in it, and I don't want to bother because I don't have patience.
It's I don't know why I could totally understand anyone's argument to hating Death Stranding, but I fucking love that game. I don't know why. I want to give it a big hug.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I personally don't have the patience for it.
Do they
I know
actually
exactly
use,
what
like,
it is.
A whole bunch of voice actors in that besides Norman Reedus, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
They're not just the voice; they're the actors. They do everything for that game.
Yeah, but sometimes they choose like different people to do, mocap versus.
Well,
voice acting.
Conan O'Brien's in it.
Oh, really? As himself, or just like as a random NPC?
He's I forget what his NPC name is, but like it's like basically when you deliver things to people, you deliver it to like a hologram representative because it's. I would love to have played this game in COVID time because it would just been like the perfect like I don't know, it's just been perfect. So like you just see like his hologram representative and you put like the package on the thing, it goes down into like his like little cave because the Earth is fucked.
Okay.
But like he's Conan O'Brien, like, and he's like being Conan O'Brien, so
Okay.
it's like.
Does he introduce himself as such, or do you just like figure it out from?
O'Brien. Like
Okay.
you know it's him.
Gotcha.
Like,
Ives, what the fuck are you doing?
He's the cosplayer's like I don't know partner or something.
Do they tell you, like, because not knowing much about the game,
Gives you a seal hat.
do they tell you what world is this, a completely fictional world, or based on like
No, it's
our
the United
world,
States
or
of
okay.
America, because like your job is to deliver stuff around America, which is very small now.
Gotcha.
At least in game, and hook up
What's
the
left
internet.
of it?
Gotcha.
All right, next time on Amnesia, the other games.